Hey, this is Don Kryptonium, also known as the Serial Builder. Today we are going to talk about Levana, a perp trading platform on Osmosis, and still pretty much the only one perp trading platform in the Cosmos ecosystem, as understanding this as IBC ecosystem. So before we start, hey, make sure you love, like, and share this video, okay? So I'm talking about this video because there is some updates. And for the past few months, I was a little bit concerned about Levana because I heard the native perp trading platform from Osmosis is coming. I know the Mars is building perp trading platform. Then we also knew that Kujira is working on their perps. But so far, the time is passing and we still have Levana. And at this time, as the others developing the perps trading platform, Levana seems to improving their platform. So we are going to talk about these new things. Few months ago, there was some controversy. There was the exploit, not the exploit in the code, but the exploit in a way that some people were executing profiting trades. Okay, so let's look at the stats before we dive into anything. The main concern for the people when interacting with the platform, if you as the LP provider can be benefiting from that. Okay, so total realized profit it's up. So for those who provide liquidity, that might not be great, but I remember when the Levana was exploited, this total realized in trading P&L was at $2 million or something like that. So in the few months, you can see that traders, as with any other exchanges, are actually losing. So there is incentive that you indeed want to provide liquidity because you earning from the losses of traders. On top of that, you are earning the total fees collected, which is here. So Levana collected 3 million in the fees, and that's distributed to the people. So when you go to the earn, you have few breakdowns, and this is the first improvement that we have over here that I want to explain to you. And obviously, the biggest markets will be the better. So Bitcoin, Atom, Osmosis, and TIA are most popular markets. We also have some new markets, and you have this breakdown which shows you how much you can make. So there is APR and there is also ROI. So ROI is in the ratio how this pool performs as opposed to the holding assets. So providing LP versus holding Atom itself, as you can see in 30 days, give you over 6% against holding. You can see also the volatility ratio. So the Sharpe ratio is volatility. So this is low. So the more fees you will be making when this ratio is high. And I believe I saw the DIM, for example, is printing fees. And you can see this in the breakdown of the ROI. I believe I was looking also at Neutron. Link is very high, so you can actually see which pool is good to provide liquidity based on that volatility measurement over here. Okay, but that's for the providing liquidity. Okay, but you want to see the markets. When you want to trade, you want to see what's good, where is the hedge, and how you can benefit from trading on Levana. Okay, so the first market, for example, is Sol. And if you long Sol, you will pay the fee. But if you short Sol, you will earn 76%. And here is the market sentiment. So this is one of the best features, to be honest, comparing to anything, because you can actually see market sentiment of traders in Cosmos. So most of the people long here. Most of the people is long Atom, not many is short Atom. So you can actually see and execute maybe the trade. So let's see if there is anything more severe maybe in this case. I think those on the top were the biggest example. Of course, there is no liquidity on the pound, so I wouldn't pay attention much to those, but we can see these top two markets, Atom and Solana, right? So that gives you, hey, if you short Atom, you will be paid 162 You know, that's just the trading, not providing liquidity. And then you can go to something like Hyperliquid. So I like Hyperliquid. And then you can see the sentiment on the Atom. And you can see the sentiment on the Atom is very different. So you could go long Atom here. And if you go long Atom on Hyperliquid, you'll pay 10% fee. And you can leverage that on Levana by shorting Atom and getting paid 162% in the yearly basis on that position. Of course, that require you looking at that position. But what I find interesting, you know, it's difficult to find the good hedge between the platforms that exist on Arbitrum and so on, you know, between the Hyperliquid, DYDX, and the other trading platform. But Levana has always very different stats, you know. I feel the pool of the traders is very different, and that makes it easy to actually leverage that, okay? So when you look at Solana, you know, shorts getting paid 76%. Let's look at the Sol here. And in Solana, going long, you will pay 30%. So that's also benefiting hedge. And the market sentiment in this case look actually very similar. From the new trades that is here, I do think Levana had not enough of the meme coins, but they are trying with the WIF. So there is new pair, there is WIF, USDC, and the funding rate. Oh, that's actually very low rate. So this is very balanced, you know, but you can now get exposure, and with small amounts, you can actually long or short with the highest possible leverage. So this is the other benefit. I don't think there is like many platforms that allow you for that much leverage. So if you go to Solana and you're trying to trade with, the maximum leverage on WIF on Solana will be 5x. If you go to, not on Solana, the max leverage on Hyperliquid will be 5x. If you want to go stronger because you have strong conviction, you know, remember the high leverage is not always wise. Then you can go 30x, 10x, 15x, 20x, and so on actual WIF. I do hope there will be some more of the meme coins, but yeah, I'm pointing to this platform because there is perp trading platform in Cosmos, despite some people, you know, and a few months ago I thought it will be oversaturated. It's not oversaturated because there is only Levana. I know some people would say, hey, Hyperliquid is Cosmos. It's not really Cosmos. It's not IBC enabled. It's its own sovereign chain, you know? While Levana is actually application on Osmosis. And Osmosis has the deepest liquidity. So if you are Osmosis user, it makes more sense to actually trade on Levana. And if you have funds on other platforms, you can also hedge against that. So that would be wise. You know, the experience is super smooth. You can see on the markets... Obviously, I told you the best pairs. I think Milk Tia is something very interesting for me. So this is not financial advice, but when I look at Milk Tia, and do we have Tia? I'm sure we have some more Tia here. If you would, so Milk Tia has very positive sentiment. To be honest, when it comes to Celestia, I'm not as bullish. And when I see that shorts getting paid 290%. I mean, look at this hedge over here. You can earn over 250% by going long on TIA on Hyperliquid and short in TIA on Levana. Look at ST Atom. That's even way better, thing than going with Atom, because instead of shorting Atom, you can short ST Atom, getting paid for this, and you can long Atom on Hyperliquid, increasing your position here. Let me see TIA. So the TIA has different ratios. So I would play with Milk TIA. It has really a lot of liquidity. So I do think when it comes to hedging TIA, going to Osmosis per platform and then hedging on Hyperliquid. So Atom, Osmo, TIA, this will be the place. There will be some more information coming. I just wanted to cover you these updates and really improving user experience. and also the fact that there is no dangers. The issues that were fixed before are fixed, and there is really good yield opportunity. And this is not about the token, but now the Levana is fully DAO, so I know the fees can be voted via the DAO. But for now, the split is exactly the same: 70% of platform fees going to the users of the platform. And with that, don't Cryptoniums out. Till the next time.